এরপরে আসি যা, নইলে আমি দেখাবে না। গোরা চাঁদে আরতি কঠ জয় জয় গোরা চাঁদে আরতি কঠ জাগা মানলো দক্ষে বামে গদাধর দক্ষে নিকটে আদৈত শ্রেণী বাস ছত্রধর বসে আছে গোরাচাঁদ রত্ন সিংহাসনে বসে আছে গোরাচাঁদ রত্ন সিংহাসনে আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আদিদেব গণে আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আদিদেব গণে নর হরি আদি করি সমর ধুলা নারাহরি আদি করি সঞ্জয় মুকুন্দ বাসু ঘোষাদি গায় মুকুন্দ বাসু ঘোষাদি গায় শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে বাজে করতাল শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে বাজে করতাল মধুর মৃদঙ্গ বাজে পরম রসাল মধুর 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 বাজে শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে মাধুর মধুর মধুর বাজে শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে মধুর মধুর मधुर बाजे
घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल
कोटि चंद्रगिनी बदन उजाला
कति चंद्रगिनी बदन उजाला
बलदेशे बनमना करे झलमला
देशे वनमाला करे झलमला
शिवो सुख नारद प्रेमे गद गद
शिवा सुखनारद
भक्ति विनोद देखो गोरार संपद
गोरार संपद
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेक्षाय भूतले श्रीमाते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेक्षाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गुरुवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशत देशतारिणे
জামটা ঘুটে আছে আমি না জামটা ঘুটে আছে নমস্তে সরস্বতী
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशत देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Satinandana Gaura Hare Vishnupriya Kano Dhano Dhaniya Bihari
Jai Satinandana Gaura Hare Vishnupriya Kano Dhana Dhaniya Bihari
Gaura 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 Hare Vishnupriya Kano Dhano Dhaniya Bihari
Gaura 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 Hare Vishnupriya Kano Dhana Dhaniya Bihari Hari
Jai Nitai Chand, Jai Nitai Chand, Jai Nitai Chand, Jai Eko Chakradham.
Jai Nitai Chand, Jai Nitai Chand, Jai Nitai Chand, Jai Eko Chakradham.
Nimai Nitai, Jai Nimai Nitai, Nimai Nitai, Jai Nimai Nitai.
Nimai Nitai, Jai Nimai Nitai, Nimai Nitai, Jai Nimai Nitai.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me.
Jaya Radha Gokulanand Radha Gokulanand Radhe.
Jai Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radhe.
Jaya Radha Raman Radha Raman Radhe.
Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe.
Jaya Giriraj Maharaj, Jaya Giriraj Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, Jaya Giriraj Maharaj.
Giriraj Maharaj, Jai Giriraj Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, Jai Giriraj Maharaj.
Jaya Shri Madhusudan, Madhusudan, Jaya Shri Madhusudan. Jaya Sudarshan, Sudarshan, Jaya Sudarshan.
Sudarshan Jaya, Sudarshan, Sudarshan Jaya, Sudarshan.
Jaya Mahima, Jaya Mahima, Mahima, Jaya Mahima.
Manima Jaya Manima, Manima Jaya Manima.
Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav.
Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav.
Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman.
Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद अभय शरण अरविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय।
Jai.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय।
Jai.
साक्षात वैराग्य मूर्ति श्रील गौरकिशोरदास महाराज की जय। सच्चिदानंद श्री भक्ति ठाकुर महाराज की जय। वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास जी महाराज की जय। श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ गोस्वामी की जय। नवाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री श्री सच्चिदानंद निताय चांद की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। नीलाचल क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथ धाम की जय। महापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोपाल नंद राधा माधव राधा रमण भगवान की जय। सीताराम लक्ष्मण भगवान की जय। गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय। मधुसूदन महाराज की जय। मणिमा महाराज की जय। बजरंग बली हनुमान जी महाराज की जय। गुरु जी महाराज की जय। भक्त देवी श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। गौ माता की जय। इस्कॉन कमेंट्री की जय। परम आराध्य पावन श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द सिमुलेटिस। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द सिमुलेटिस। All glories to the similarities, all glories, all glories, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji, can hear you, Prabhuji.
Okay, just the same thing I said to Vibhu Prabhu the other day. Your mridanga was booming. So you need to play a little softly, okay? And stay away from the mics.
How was today, Prabhuji?
Yeah, it was booming. The same problem. So too loud.
आज तो मृदंग बहुत धीरे था। आज के
बोलते मृदंग?
हाँ, बोलते अतिरिक्त आवाज से
तू बदली तो।
हाँ,
when you're playing, you shouldn't be too close to the computer or the camera, okay?
Okay.
Social play mridanga.
Yes, yeah, I know. Today he was playing today. Okay, so today for Nursing There's Blessings, we are remembering the departed souls. Gaurahari's mother, Indravardhan Bhatt, Gopal Sutradhar, Bhanumati Ben Solanki. And we are adding a big name today, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. So
yes, sad about that.
A few hours ago, she left her body.
Really nice person.
Very, 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 very well respected all over the world.
All over the world. Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. Amongst our gurus, we are remembering our ISKCON gurus and leaders who are suffering around the world, with a special mention for His Holiness Jayapataka Swami and His Holiness Kadamakandan Swami. Other people we are remembering are Pundik Maharaj's Mata Shri, Dashrath Prabhu, Shilpa Parikh's mother-in-law, Parashottam Vadukar, Davinder and his wife Gloria, Pushpa Gaiwal, Haridas's neighbor, Simon Rogers, Holly Bradby, Mrs. Bajaj, Jyoti Malan, Sudesh Khula, Chandrika Ben Mistri, Prem Manjari, Shraddha Devi, Srimati Prem Malan, Janva Devi Dasi, Vijay Sima Reddy, Satya's mother Ramalakshmi, Rajeshwari, Kishobai Thakur, John Daniel House, Dinesh Mistry and NHS staff, many other devotees who may be suffering around the world, and the many victims of various conflicts and disasters around the world, and for the general well-being of the whole world, and the continuing recovery of Naval, Ruchika and family. Hare Krishna.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Dayane. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatankana khalaye. Hito Nrsimha Bharato Nrsimha. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha.
Narsinha, Hridaye Narsinha. Narsinha Madim Sharanam Prapade. Tab kara kamala bade nakha madhuta shringa dalita hiranya kashipu tana vega keshavadhrita narahari rupa jai jagadish hare jai jagadish hare jai jagadish hare keshavadhrita narahari rupa jai jagadish hare jai jagadish hare jai jagadish hare jai Narsinha Dev jai Narsinha Dev Narsinha Dev jai Narsinha Dev jai Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj jai Prahlad Maharaj jai Prabhupada jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada jaya Prabhupada jaya Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj jaya Guru Maharaj Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol जय भक्त रघुनाथ भगवान की जय भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय स्वामी गौर भक्त की जय निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल जय हो सरकार
हाँ सरकार जय हो। अति सुंदर, बहुत अच्छा कहा आपने रानी के लिए,
जय हो।
हमारे लिए, क्योंकि हमारा जीवन ही रहा और रानी को हम काफी देर से बचपन से ही देखते थे कि रॉयल है, और अभी जुबली भी मनाई हमने, तो थोड़ा सा दिल में उदासी है, we feel a little sad. So I think in her honor, Vidya Prabhu, I was suggesting if we read chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita, for the departed soul, because I'm sure, she's a special soul that way, that when she leaves, even the subtle bodies and all that, they'll be respecting her, So I think we should do our bit and read from chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita. If somebody can put that book up, very nice. Please accept our humble obeisances.
वाञ्छा कल्पतरुश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यो च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
नमो नमः। जय हो।
जय हो।
Prem Prakash Prabhu, is he there? Prem Prakash Prabhu there? No? Do you know how to put the...
Ishani is there, so... Yes, they're both there.
Yeah.
Both there.
So who can put the book up?
We'll be leaving in about 20 minutes because Satya and the children are arriving. They've already landed. So we're going to drop some prasad off.
Okay.
So I'm here for about 20 minutes.
Right. Let's see if we can put the book up. Chapter 15. You sharing? No. Okay, so chapter 15. Can we have the Sanskrit as well? Possible? Jai Ho. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So what we'll do is this chapter is dedicated to Queen Service, to be the head of this nation, and before that, the Commonwealth. So we sincerely pray that she included, all religions in her celebrations and everyone, every celebration she had, and recently even Jubilee, where we celebrated, we had, a good time, and thanks to her. So I think we will dedicate this chapter to her and a safe journey to a better situation, and we don't know what her destination is. But I'll read the Sanskrit, then Preman, you can then read the English. So I'll read one verse, and then I'll read one for you as well. I'll read one for you, then I'll read one for me, and so you read the Sanskrit and the translation. Okay. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhva Mulam Adha Shakham Ashvatam Prahur Avyayam Chandansi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Sa Vedavid. Can you take it up, please? Thank you. Preman.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, it's chapter 2. That's not chapter 2, verse 2, sorry. Okay. Adaschordvam prastrastasya shakha guna pravrida vishaya pravalaha adascha mulani anustantani karmanu bandhani manushya loke. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs are the objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. So, verse 3. Okay, Guru Sevak will read this one.
Narupam Sheyat Tata Palopya. Sorry,
Labdhet.
Tata Palapyate Nanto Nachadir Nacha Sampratishta Ashvatam Enam Suviruda Moolam Asanga Shastrena Drirena Chitva Tata Padam Tat Parimargitavyam Yasmin Gatana Nivartanti Puya Tam eva chadyam purusham prapadye yata pravriti prashrita purani.
English.
The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with a weapon of detachment. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and there surrender to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial.
Joe, thank you. Anurag.
Hare Krishna. Dangat Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vivitta kama dvandver vimukta sukha sanghe gachanti mudha padam avyayam tat. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who, unbewildered, know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, attain to that eternal kingdom. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Guru Prabhu.
Right. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Purushottam Yoga ki jai. Natar bhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yad gatvana nivartante tadadham paramam mama. That supreme abode of mind is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. Mamevamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana manashasthanindriyani prakritistani karshati.
The living entity in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind.
Okay, Prem Prakash Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Nam Bhagavad Gita ji ki jai. Shariram yadvapanote yachapyatkrmate ishvarah grehyatvitani samyati vayurgandhani vashayat. Translation of Srila Gita. The living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another. As the air carries aroma, thus he takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another. I'll read it for Aradhya, the Sanskrit. Shrotam chakshuh sparshanam cha rasnam ghranam cha adhisthaya manaschayam vishyanupasevate.
Jaradia.
Krishna Prajita
Haribol.
The living entity, thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense enjoyment. Sense objects. Sorry.
You talk about it, maybe.
Who's next? Temple, Sachinandan, are you there?
Yes, Prabhuji, Jai Ho, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj.
Please read the Sanskrit and the translation.
Jai Ho. Utkramantam sthitam vaopi bhujyanam va gunanvitam vimuhura nano passanti jnana chakshusha. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body.
Quit.
Okay, let me move this first. Okay, quit this body. Nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the moods of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. Jai Ho.
Yeah, thank you. Thakur Bhai Nilaben, please.
Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Yatanto yoginaschainam pashyanti atmanya vasthitam yatanto pi
Mano
tatmano
Akritatmano.
nainam pashyanti achetasa. Translation.
Too fast, too fast.
The endeavoring transcendentalists who are situated in self-realization can see all this clearly, but those whose minds are not developed and who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try. Hidadityatam tejo
Yad Aditya.
Yad aditya gatam tejo jagad bhashyate khilam yat chandramasi yat chaganau tat tejo vidhi mamakam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hari Bol.
Bhagavad Gita ki jai. The splendor of the sun, which disperses the darkness of this whole world, comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of the fire are also from me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shraddha Devi, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare.
How are we reading Sanskrit shloka, Prabhuji?
Sanskrit and the translation, yes.
Okay, I'll try to read Sanskrit. Gama Vishya cha bhutani dharyam hamso jasa pushpan
Pushnami.
pushnami choshadhe sarvaha somo bhutvarasatmakaha. I enter into each planet, and by my energy, they stay in orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables.
Is Shravan there?
Another one, probably?
No, is Shravan there?
Shravan? Did you want to read Shlok here quickly? Yeah, just please, he's coming.
Which one?
Yeah, 15.4.
The Sanskrit and the translation, please.
Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehi Ashritaha Pranapana Samayukta Pachyami Anam Chaturvidam. Do you want the full sentence?
No, just the translation, please.
I am the fire of digestion in the bodies of all living entities, and I join with the air of life, outgoing and incoming, to digest the four kinds of foodstuffs.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah. Janki, please.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai.
Sarvasya chaham hide sanivishto mattha samritta jnana
Smriti
Jnanam apohanam cha
Vedesh
sarver aham ev vedyo vedant krit vid ev chaham. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. But all the Vedas,
by all
the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam.
Jai Dhruv.
You can try this one here.
Would you be able to read the Sanskrit?
Yeah, Dhavat.
Dvavimo Purusho.
Dava im Purusha Lokars
Okay. Ksharas Chakshara Evacha.
Evacha
Kshara Sarvani Bhutani.
Chara Ane Bhutani
Kutosto Akshara Uchyate.
Shara
Okay, read this one. The translation.
There are two classes of beings, the
Fallible and the
fallible and the infallible in the material world. Every living entity is fallible. In the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. Hare Krishna, Dharma Param.
Thank you. Aruna Ben, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Can you please
Krishna.
read the Sanskrit for me?
Of course. Uttama Purushastvanya Paramatmeti Udarita Yolokatrem Avishya Bibhartya Vyaya Ishvara.
Prabhuji, I have to read. I can't see properly. Yeah. Besides these two, there is the greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the three worlds and in
Maintaining.
maintaining them. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Is anybody else
Hare
left?
Krishna.
Who's there?
I think Anil might be there.
He's gone again.
I see.
He joins and he leaves fast.
Yeah, perhaps he don't want to read.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, there's you and me. So what's 18? So I'll read 18. You can read 19, and then Anurag, you can read the 20.
20.
Yeah, very fast. Okay. So Yasmat Ksharam Atito Aham Aksharadapi Cha Utmaha Atovasmi Loke Vedecha Prathitaha Purushottamaha. Because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as that supreme person.
Yo mam evam asamudo janati purushottamam sa sarva vidbhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharat.
Jai. Anurag.
Iti guyatamam shastram idam uktam maya naga etad buddhva buddhiman syat krita krityascha bharata. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavors will know perfection.
Thank you. So thank you everyone for reading, and before you go, and please
just closing reading. Om Tatsariti.
Sorry?
Om Tatsariti Shrimad.
No, you don't have to read that.
Okay, that's me.
It's only when you're reading continuously the chapters, then you announce the ending and the starting of the new one.
Okay, that's me.
So, with the program,
Yeah, I'll be going soon. So, as Haridas was saying, we have grown up more or less most of our lives in this country. I was almost 8 when I came to this country. So most of my life I've grown up in this country. And it's become clear over the many years that the Queen is the one steady factor
yeah,
as a leader in this country. Many prime ministers have come and gone, but she's a steady, but not just a steady personality like the politicians, but rather a very graceful and very serene and very sweet person. So, and the funny thing is, when we did the Jubilee program in the park, a sense of, you know, she's my queen came into mind inside me. You know, it's a funny thing. You know, being such a devout, practicing Vaishnava devotee, but that thought came to my mind. And, you know, sure, you know, I feel like she's my queen also. And so there is a
belonging.
That is sadness. That is definitely sadness.
Yes, and you know, she disciplined her family when they went wrong, and she showed her displeasure when somebody didn't behave properly, and yet kept her dignity and integrity. You know, that's amazing. And she took on this role when she was really young. You know, and it was suddenly thrown in her lap.
Yeah.
For her to be saying responsible like them, like the others, the daughter-in-laws who came, they couldn't hold the office as public service because it was cramping their freedom.
Yes.
But she didn't care at such a young age, and right up to 97, she still behaved so nicely. So that's very nice. And I think, please welcome Satya and all that on our behalf when you see her.
I will do. Yeah.
We will miss them very much.
I'm sure you'll be there. Yeah, that'll be.
Thakurbai will have some impressions.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Yeah, with the program. Yeah.
Krishna. No, I think I was just saying, I remember her from when I was in Mombasa.
Oh, really?
She was in visiting. I was probably just a kid, you know, and there was a lot of excitement and thing, you know, going on, and you know, she was going to pass through not very far from where we lived, you know, and you know, I don't know whether you know Mombasa at all.
A little bit, yeah. Mamburi Beach and all that.
Yeah, you know, they on one of the road, I think it's Salim Road. There's Hathinath.
Okay. No,
you know, they're very big, you know. So it covers the whole of the 2 roads actually, you know, yeah, on both sides.
Elephant Trust.
I know. I think so, Elephant Trust, you know, yeah. I probably had a glimpse of her, you know, and she looked so young and quite pretty, actually, you know. So, in those days, yeah, and yeah, as Vidhu Prabhu said, you know, she's one steady sort of, you know, character within the British society, I think.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Shraddha Devi, do you have any few words to say about our Queen? Of course, our Queen is Radharani, and spiritually, but we're living in this country. So, Shraddha Devi, are you there?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I hope. I'm saying a few words for the Queen.
2 words for the Queen. It's my memory when I saw her first time when I came here. We were just like dreaming, just what she looked like, Queen. When I saw her in the Charles' wedding.
All right.
Yeah, when Charles got married. And I said, oh my God, the first thing came to my mind, I did, that is our Kohinoor in her crown.
That's our Kohinoor.
Yes.
She's not the Kohinoor, the diamond in the head.
Yeah, but it's like, that's the first thing coming to my mind. But I think that's the other thing I was thinking, she must have done really lot of tapasya to sit
Yeah.
on sit on this throne. You can't get for nothing. So that's the big thing. She has done really good karma to get this, and don't know what's the next. And I'm sure she has done a lot of charity in this life as well. She hasn't done anything. So we'll miss her to see on the screen and on this big function. Like we have done
Christmas time, she always gives quick
yes, and like we recently celebrated a Jubilee as well, and it's like memories. I'm sure it's like she was mother to the nation.
Yes, yes.
Mother to the nation. That's all I would say. Hare Krishna. We just pray to worship and just rest the soul in the peace.
Yes.
And keep our families united together, keep their family support to bear this loss.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Anybody else wants to share? Maybe some of you didn't. I mean, just to not bragging or anything, I did have the opportunity to go to Buckingham Palace. We were invited, and then I did see her. And when I saw her, I didn't know what to do. I thought she's a bit short, because when you see on the screen, it looks like you see at the same height. And that's all I did. And she looked at me like expecting me to say something. I just looked at her. So I just made a nod like that, like greeting. And her husband came, Prince Philip, typically goes, "And who are you?" He goes, I just laughed. I said, "I'm a Hare Krishna," because if different religions would be there. He just looked up and down at me. And for some reason that day, I felt very positive on the underground and everything I was catching. I was wearing this beautiful silk dhoti and tilak and everything. And even on the underground, they were looking. And when I was there, noisy there. And when I went into the Buckingham Palace, I mean, it's an incredible experience. And I think a few years later, Devki also went representing the manor. And you come away with incredible feeling of you met the monarch. That was the empire that Buckingham Palace was. People would value going in there, there'll be like something. So today I was in the gym and there were a couple of ladies, they worked for BBC or something like that. And there was a reporter or advertising department. They were saying that in respect of the monarch, there might be a blackout on programs, just to show respect. And so I told them as well, I said I was able to meet her and, do that. And it's a news or experience worth sharing. But, after that, when I look at the Buckingham, I just realized it was inside. You can't get in otherwise unless you're invited. And today at Bellamore, where all the reporters were waiting outside, there was nobody, the gates were closed and nobody communicating anything. And people were waiting outside the Buckingham Palace and just a notice was put on. And she was people's queen. And as you said, she's a mother of the nation. And she kept it stable and also noble. But let's see who follows now. It'll be Charles, I'm sure. And Charles is he's a Scorpio like I am. He's spontaneous. So he'll be saying things maybe he shouldn't say, or we don't know. Maybe before leaving, the mother did say, we have boundaries, we don't interfere with politics. We're just a figurehead or something. So let's see how it goes. But I think on behalf of our temple, I would just say a big thank you to the Queen for being broad-minded and inclusive, included all of us in all the celebrations she did, all the big birthdays, invited all sorts of religions and kept it good like that. And we looked up to her in the country, even more so than the prime ministers. And is it Liz Truss? She's the 15th prime minister she would have met. And she just met her and then left her. It's amazing, duty right till the end. And it was a female prime minister. saying goodbye to a queen, you know. So, and the storm has been around, and I was thinking this storm is a bit heavy, and I told Guru Sevak, well, whenever something like this happens, there is a storm. So it seems like the storm was there telling us something big is going to happen. So she'll be remembered for loads of things, and I'm sure BBC will put out loads of documentaries and everything, and we'll get to know about her like we did at Jubilee time. And so we are very honored to be in this country and to be practicing Krishna consciousness. I really feel I became Krishna conscious, although I was doing prayers and everything in Kenya. Our father made us do that, or we were doing it naturally anyway. But here, because of Srila Prabhupada, when we read the books and all that, we became Krishna conscious. And we are practicing here, and there's a freedom to worship. We'd like to thank the head of this country, you know, and the new head and the Prime Minister, that you allow us to peacefully worship. So a big thank you. So has anybody else got to say anything?
That's probably she was also head of church.
Commonwealth. Or church as well, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so presumably, you know, she was well versed in spirituality of some sort of, knowledge of, hopefully, yeah.
I think she was included in all big decisions, the church decisions. I think she would have to acknowledge, you know, the decisions which were taken, and Archbishop and whoever these personalities are. We must respect. And then she's head of the Commonwealth as well. And there are many people are sort of making noises, oh, we don't want monarchy, you know, we should be Republican. But I prefer the whole royalty there, you know, it's because Republic is a political kind of position. But with royalty, it's like lineage it connects with the history, you know, of king, queens and everything. I mean, they train up well. I mean, you know, they have to sacrifice their freedom. They can't just go down the Tesco and have a, you know, pint of milk. You know, everything's done for them. I mean, I think they wouldn't know anything normal like you and I do. I mean, wherever they go, there's security protocol and everything like that. I wouldn't want that life, really. And okay, there's our real royalty. Sachinanda Nitai Chan. Jai Ho, Radhe Radhe. Thank you everyone for your kind words. And may she get a beautiful birth and become a devotee of Lord Krishna and serve the real queen, which is Radha Radha and Shri Krishna. Jai Ho. पुजारी देव साउंड नहीं आ रही, आप गा रहे हैं? जय हो पुजारी देव।
हाँ प्रभु जी, मैं म्यूट करके रहा था गाँव में।
हाँ प्लीज।
गा तो रहा था मैं, लेकिन मैं म्यूट करके रहा था।
आप फिर से गा लीजिए।
पतिता पावन हेतु तव अवतार मशमपतित प्रभु न पाइबे प्रभु नित्यानंद देवानंद सुखी पावल हामी बर दुखी दया कर सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तव कृपा मौरे पाई चैतन्य निताई हा स्वरूप सनातन দয়া কর সিয়া চালো প্রভু রামচন্দ্র ধুম্ম মাগে ভরতম দাস হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namaste Narasimhaya Praladayini Hiranyakoshe Purvaksha Shilatankana Kalai Ita Narsimha Parhato Narsimha Jato Jato Jami Tato Narsimha Bahi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimha Madim Saranam Prapadi Tavara Kamalavare Nakham Adhuta Singayam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tano Bringam Keshavadrita Rahirupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsimha Dev Narsimha Dev Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prabhupada 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 Gurudev 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol लक्ष्मणी भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय ताई भगवानंद हरि
हरि हरि बोल जय हो धन्यवाद प्रभु जी बहुत सुंदर
जय हो जय हो
चलो आज हम उदास हैं सभी
हाँ तो भगवान उनका कल्याण करे
ऑनेस्टली दिल से मैं कह रहा हूँ
जी
क्योंकि हमारा जीवन में ही वो जैसे होता था कोई ना कोई न्यूज मिलती रहती थी उनके बारे में जब आज देख रहे थे हम तो बोलते वो ठीक नहीं है ऐसा करके पर सभी आ रहे थे वहां जहाँ पे थी सभी गैस कर लिया था कि चले जाएगी
वो मैंने 2 दिन पहले डॉक्यूमेंट न्यूज देख रहा था जो न्यू प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनी है ना
हाँ जी लिज
जो लिज ट्रस हाँ वो जाके इधर स्कॉटलैंड में जाके आपने वोट लिया है ना महारानी के साथ
हाँ
वो तभी मैंने बोल रहे थे न्यूज में कि वो हेल्थ के लिए डॉक्टर ने माना किया उनको ट्रैवल करने के लिए तब मुझे भी ऐसा लगा था, क्या पता ऐसा कुछ होगा।
चलो, जो आए हैं वो जाएंगे।
हाँ, तो प्रकृति का नियम।
96 की थी, 96 की।
हाँ, ये भी बहुत है भगवान को।
चलो, प्रार्थना करते रहना है उनके लिए कल भी।
जी प्रभु जी, जरूर।
Okay, everyone, please accept our humble obeisances. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyascha namaha. जय जय श्री राधे।
मैं प्रभु जी, मैं थोड़ा माता जी का